Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. So glad you could join us today as we continue Review-A-Palooza. And we are looking at films that I saw at the Midwest WeirdFest and A Night of Horror International Horror Film Festival. And today we're looking at the film that kicked off the fest, which was Blind Cop 2, directed by Alec Bonk, who also co-wrote this with Augustin Hoffman and Isaac McKinnon. And we get the story of Blind Cop, who's been off the force for a while, leave of absence after the death of his partner, but he's back with some vengeance, looking out to dole some justice to the criminals of the city, though his police chief, as well as most of the department, do not like Blind Cop's methods, even though he gets the job done. Well, as he works to get this crime lord, arms dealer, out of his city, who's bringing in arms as well as drugs, some dark secrets are revealed, and Blind Cop finds that he has to get some help from a plucky young sidekick in order to achieve his mission and get out alive. Wow, Blind Cop 2, such a great send-up to those action films of the 80s, early 90s, though it also has a bit of a grindhouse spirit to it as well. Alec Bonk puts together not only an homage film that is tongue firmly planted in cheek, but it's a solid narrative that is highly entertaining, mainly because of the Blind Cop character, played by George Fearing. This guy is on another level. He so embodies the Blind Cop character. There's times where he's talking that reminded me a little bit of Christian Bale in Batman, but also just that guy, you know, who's on a mission, that rogue cop. He plays this so well. And the fact they do this gimmick with Blind Cop where he never removes his sunglasses was beautiful. I loved that. This is such an endearing, fun film that gets very bloody as well, okay? George Fearon's joined by Isaac McKinnon, who plays Schmitty, the plucky young sidekick, if you will, and I love the dynamic between them. While Isaac doesn't show up for the first half of the film, when he does appear, there's this wonderful back and forth, a bit Batman and Robin, but a little bit more mature level between these two, and they have some great banter back and forth. And then we've got Brad Wakeman playing the chief. He plays this part to a T. He embodies every police chief you ever saw in you know, those cop action films of old, where, you know, they're just frustrated with Cobra or whoever it is that's just not following any of the rules. And the chief character was very fun. And then Brandon Despain, who plays the villain in here, man, he's just on a different level, and seeing him with George Fearing makes for some great cinema, some great bad guy, good guy conflict there, James Bond type level feeling, with it a little bit of extra violent flair thrown in. There's a wonderful sequence in a hallway that I thoroughly enjoyed, action sequence as well as the other action sequences in here. Really well done. They put in the practical gore effects where they can, that you would get in ultra-violent films, but working within their budget too. Some great cinematography and different camera angles, and overall, Blind Cop 2 is up there with Turbo Kid and Ninja Commando, where I think if you like these homage comedy action films that, you know, respect but also recognize the campiness of those 80s action movies, you're going to want to check out Blind Cop 2. Look for it at a fest. I'm sure they'll get distribution soon enough. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please check out our Patreon if you haven't already. Help us get to 3K subscribers or more by the end of 2024. And you can only do that by doing the bells, whistles, lock, and all that downstairs of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.